Good day to all of you, and let's talk about the best sword and shield builds for each element and which skills are more important than others. Make sure to subscribe for future guides and speedruns. As a quick heads up, I will not be talking a lot about the dereliction builds in this video, as they are not suited for more casual hunts and should, for the most part, be solely used in speedruns. However, I will be showing an example set at the end of the video, and in the upcoming Advanced Sword and Shield guide, I will elaborate more on the set itself. Do note that the damage through a dereliction build alongside Resentment and Tango Adrenaline will result in vastly higher damage, but almost any form of damage taken will result in death. Alternatively, you'd have to chug max potions the whole fight, as seen in some of the TA speedruns. Now that we've covered that, here are the best builds for each element as well as the corresponding weapons that you should use when you want to spice things up. Prepare for some questionable puns. For the elemental sword and shields, we will be looking at 5 different sword and shields, one for each element, while showing the necessary armor parts for the set. As a quick heads up, once again, I've chosen an attack boost 2, weakness exploit 2 charm with a level 2 slot. All sets are made in a way that even if you're missing the 2 points of attack boost and only have a weakness exploit 2 charm with a level 2 slot, you will still have all the sets available with at least attack boost level 4. You better not complain in the comments, I'm looking at you, little Timmy. All weapons will also have a level 2 rampage slot, as it is pretty much mandatory for either the Kushala Soul decoration or the respective anti-monster decos. To get it out of the way now, so I don't have to read out the same skills a billion times, all of the armor sets will have at least critical I7, weakness exploit 3, critical boost 3, master's touch 3, chain crit 1, flinch 3 1, the respective elemental attack at level 5, and attack boost 6 or 7. If there are noticeable difference between the sets, such as having an extra point in chain crit or Wirebug Whisperer, I will point them out and show them next to the sets. The mentioned skills should be prioritized over others, such as attack boost, to make the set even work to begin with. If you're not in the endgame yet, maybe, just maybe, you can replicate the sets this way, but with less attack boost, for example. First up, let's heat things up with a fire weapon of our choice, the Raffalo Sword and Shield. It has no real competitors due to its high raw, high element and purple sharpness. 330 raw and 47 fire is nothing you want to pass on. Due to no additional slots in the weapons, I had to give up Wirebug Whisperer for a point of flinch free, but if you never play multiplayer anyway, you should be fine swapping them around. As for the necessary armor parts, you will need the Kaiser Crown X, Arcfiend Armor aka Final Boss Chest, Barrier to Arms X, Raffalo's Coil X, and the Ingot Greaves X. The additional Windproof 3 from the Raffalo's Coil is helpful in a few niche situations, and you will also get 1 point of resentment for that extra 5 raw on most Shoryugekis. Whew! I'm feeling a little dehydrated after talking about the lit Raffalo Sword and Shield. Time to grab a refreshment in form of the upcoming Water Sword and Shield, the Agamemnon. It's just the iron water weapon, I don't know why it has such a funky name. The Mitsutsune and Shogun's Yanatar sword and shields are competing with it due to their purple sharpness and, in the Shogun's Yanatar's case, slots, but I ultimately chose this one because of that sexy, massive 67 water. A good chunk of white and its level 3 slot make it easy to build around too. We are still going to use the Kaiser Crown X and Ingot Greaves X, though now switching things up by using the Kaiser Mail X, Malteno Arms and the Final Boss's Waist. With this set, we will have that additional Wirebug Whisperer 1 for increased Shoryugeki uptime and Chain Crit level 2, a tad more free draw and element, why not? At this point, we got to know each other a little and I can feel a spark between us. Wait, that was just the Thunder Sword and Shield, my bad. At least the Inaugural will keep me company with very similar stats to the Raffalo Sword and Shield. 330 raw, purple sharpness, 44 thunder, and 2 level 1 slots, so we won't have to sacrifice our Wirebug Whisperer, but we did sacrifice 1 point of attack boost forward. Aside from that, the set is the exact same as the water one, so no need to repeat myself. I'll give you some time to look at it and then move on. I certainly hope you were able to keep a cool head during all of this. If not, the next weapon will certainly cool off the competition. Yes, we're looking at the Kushala Daora Sword and Shield. Its draw is a bit on the lower end with 310, but 54 eyes with 10% crit will always make it stronger than the Frost Edge in both raw and element, as long as you can keep up your purple sharpness. Due to having 100% crit on weak spots instead of 90%, the sharpness will not drop as quickly too. The set itself consists of parts we've already seen, but with the charm we use, we'll have to settle for the Lunar Garon Helm and the Lagombi Arms X if we want to keep that Wybug Whisperer. Since we're using the final boss chest piece again, we will have that 1 point of resentment to boost our Shurigeki by a tiny bit. Last but not least, we're gonna look at the dragon weapon of my choice. No puns on this one, because dragon has been used in too many of these nuts jokes already. This one will be a lot different from the other sword and shields, as we will not have Master's Touch 3. Why not? Because the best dragon sword and shield is none other than the Strux one, an absolute monster. 340 raw, 56 dragon, huge white to the point where you don't even need any sharpness skills, and a neat level 3 slot on top of it. Therefore, we can focus on other ways to increase our damage, such as offensive guard 3, chain crit 2, and even 1 point of critical element. We will also be using 2 different pieces of armor this time, the Iolukant Thorax X, obtained through using the submarines in North rank, and the Barret Arms X. This set can also be used as a budget raw build due to the huge raw we have, high sharpness, and massive dragon damage. As long as it's something remotely weak to dragon, this set will work just fine against it. But trust me on this one, try it out against Rathian, and don't smile when you see the damage numbers. There are ways to improve the builds with better charms, such as having an additional point of offensive guard, chain crit, or even critical element. As mentioned earlier, dereliction builds with resentment and Dango Adrenaline will easily outperform the shown sets in damage, but outside of speedruns, due to the earlier mentioned reasons, I do not recommend using them. There's a big difference between a light bowgun using it, or a weapon that has a guard counter and sticks to the monster all the time. With that being said, let's wrap things up here, and I hope you found the video to be helpful as well as enjoyable. I appreciate all of your support, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe, as there will be more Sword and Shield guides in the future. And once I've trained my Palamutes, also some speedruns. But for now, bye bye and have a beautiful day.